All right. Hello, everybody. I think I've got my voice back somewhat. We'll see how long it lasts. Sick the last couple days, but feeling better. Welcome to Canuck's Course Critiques. I'm Crazy Canuck1985. That is my Steam ID and my Xbox ID. Something a little different today. I'm not really going to be doing a critique because we're going to be playing my new course that I just released this afternoon. It's called Lunenberg National Golf Club. And Lunenberg comes from the town that HB Studios is located in. I just like the name. So I went with it. I have a whole bunch of pictures and stuff up on its own thread on HB Forums. I appreciate it if you check that out, and if you gave this a play. So, I think this is probably, out of my 4 courses I've created, I think this is my best one by quite a long shot. I kind of got lucky with the generation of the land, and I just kind of worked around what was given to me rather than force things. So I kind of felt in a lot of cases the course kind of just built itself, and I just put things down. Like in terms of planting, I didn't even go halfway to the meter. So, but it looks very heavily forested. So it's it just kind of worked out well with the looks, and I think I kind of got more lucky than anything. Well, we already got Jim that went around in -8. He said he enjoyed it. Gave it 10 out of 10, which was very nice of him. So yeah, I'm not going to rate my own course, but I'm just going to kind of play around and show you guys. First hole, dogleg, par 4. Got to watch those bunkers on the left, but if you drive it to the right center of the fairway, then it's mid-iron into a fairly large green. I got pretty strong winds today. So that should work. I really feel like doing all these videos and reviews has really helped me become a better designer, because I'm seeing your guys' techniques and ideas, and I'm stealing them, I'm altering them, I don't know, trying to make them my own, and I don't know, I want everyone to be a better designer, including myself, so I'm pretty happy with how this one turned out. Sit down. So I usually like to do kind of an easier opening hole, but I decided not to. This is a fairly difficult first hole, I think. Now, the very last thing I did before I published this course was I made the greens a bit more difficult, because I went around the course offline in fairly high wind, so like 13 under, because all the putts were pretty straight. So I went through and I changed a few greens, so it's a little bit tougher to make the putts, but they're not overly unfair at all. It's medium green speeds, medium firm fairway firmness. This is my second hole, short little par 3 over the pond. Yeah, 155. Thanks, Jimmy. Okay, so yeah, this one, it's a tiny little hole, but every time I play it, it gives me trouble. It's a little bit deceiving. Oh, luckily, see, Jim went short. A lot of people will go short on this. They'll probably club down when they don't need to. Okay. This is a tough putt. No. Not quite, not quite. There we go, in for par. Next hole, this is kind of the start of 2 real tough holes in a row. This first one is not very long, but it's got a 2-tiered fairway, a lower one and an upper one. That upper one is really hard to reach on a drive, but it will set up an easier approach. But most people are probably going to end up laying up, and then that's going to leave a pretty tough second shot. So, again, with this wind, that upper fairway is pretty much out of the question. You can try. Jim tried. Did he get there? Well, maybe he didn't try. No, he laid up. Okay. So yeah, 3 woods or 5 wood is the play here. I've also set up this course so you're going to be shot shaping quite a bit. Oh, I hit it too far. Jeez. In my own bunker. Alright. So, should be able to get it out there pretty good. Fairly well guarded green, 3 circular bunkers at the front there. It's kind of a trademark of mine. I like the three round bunkers. You'll see that pattern in a few holes. Ooh, this looks good. Oh, what a putt. Oh, that was lucky. I can only do that in tournaments. Alright, next hole. Next hole is probably the hardest hole in the course. Longest par 4 in the course, 480 yards, dog leg to the right. That tree is going to play a big role, that tree right here. And those 3 big bunkers on the left are going to cause headaches for some people. So you're going to have to play a fade here. But, you know, fairly wide open, large green. So they got the wind kind of working with us here. It's probably going to be a 3 wood with this wind. We'll play a bit of a fade. Thanks, Jim. Playing your ghost right now. Somehow I'm beating you. I don't think that'll last for long. Okay, so that's kind of how you do it. You got to fade it around there. But the second shot's not too bad. That big bunker on the left is not really in play. It's just kind of there to look nice. Get going. Ooh, stop. See, I did a lot of work on this green before I published it. It was way too easy, but I've made it a little bit more difficult. Hopefully not too difficult. Oh, I just missed. No, that's rolling all the way down. Yeah, this one is a tough green. Where's bogey? So yeah, that is probably my toughest hole on the course, number 4. Number 3 and number 4. So after that I give you a bit of a break on 5. It's a par 5, fairly short par 5. Big wide open fairway, so you can kind of just grip it and rip it. That bunker on the right there is meant to look scary, but really not going to play a factor unless you really miss your drive, which I may. From there, it's a second shot. Depending on the wind, you can get here in 2, but you've got a couple bunkers that are short and long that will eat up lots of balls. So. Okay. Got good wind here, so I think I might be able to get here in 2. Again, I went with a lot of rock walls on this course. I kind of really was going for a cut into the forest look. So again, I just kind of used what was given to me in terms of the land, and honestly didn't do much. Like, it looks like I did a ton of planting, but honestly the meter was not even halfway when I published. So I just you know, planted where I thought I needed it. There we go. Got an eagle shot here. That works. Yeah, this is one of my eagle holes. I'd say there's 2 real legitimate eagle holes on this course. This one and I would say 15 as well. Alright, there we go. Birdie. Alright, number 6 is the shortest par 4 on the course, 309 yards. Very, very tight tee shot here, though. So, driver will probably end you in that big bunker there, so it's probably another layup hole. If you got a good tailwind, you might be able to drive the green, but definitely not in this case. Driver's going to be the play here with that headwind. So. Okay. Thanks, Jim. I think it's my best yet as well. Uh-oh. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, I think this will be my last design until the update comes out. Kind of done 4 courses in the last month and a half, so I'm kind of out of gas until the new stuff comes. Go! But who knows, we'll see. I might even start a course tomorrow. You never know. Okay. Another tough green here. Oh, just missed. Yeah. There we go. So I like that one. Number 7 might be my favorite hole. 440 something yard par 4, dog leg left. That lake will be in play. I like it a lot because of what I did with the green complex. I think it turned out pretty nice with the retaining wall and the rock wall in the back. So it turned out pretty good, I think. Now, the drive is fairly important. That spruce tree is meant to be an aiming marker, but it can get you in trouble. Jim Jam is okay, but if you're a little bit further out and to the right, that spruce tree is going to be in the way. So it's kind of forcing you to take those bunkers on the left on. I think I'm going to be in trouble here. Yes, that retaining wall is made of the fallen logs. You just put them up on the bank, stack them on top of each other, and yeah, it's not that difficult to do actually. And then you gotta hide the little stump things that stick out. So I did that with the grass. It looks okay. Actually, I would like to have some of this planting back. I don't like that grass now that I look at it closer. But let's ignore that. Okay. Thought my voice was okay, but I'm losing it again. Okay, that works. Short putt. There we go. I'm keeping pace with Jim Jim. But he had tough winds. So. Alright, number 8. 180 yard par 3. I got a big bunker on the left there, front left, but it really isn't going to come into play too much. That bunker at the back might, though, a little bit more. So a fairly simple little par 3 here. Didn't do too much with this one. This one was probably my one that took the least amount of time to make. But I don't know, I tried throwing extra things on it, but I just kind of like the simplistic look, and it's actually one of my favorite par 3s. Okay. 3 up. Alright. Now, the next hole, I took some risks on in terms of design. I wasn't really sure how it turned out. I think if anyone's going to hate a hole, they're going to hate 9. So it's a par 5, 540 yards. Now it's got 2 fairways running next to it. So this big fairway, I've made it big and wide to make it think, okay, that seems to be the way to go. But I've also created a secondary fairway that requires some shot shaping. If you're on the big fairway, it's fine. The hole's gonna play a little bit longer. You're gonna have a little pot bunker in the way. But if you're able to fade it around, you're gonna have a much shorter shot. You can get there in 2. So if you look at it, it looks like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go here. But there's another fairway over here. However, that's a very hard shot with this wind, so I'm gonna go on the primary fairway here. So yeah, I think of all the holes, people might think this hole's a little odd out of all of them, but maybe not. Maybe people will like it. I took a bit of a risk with this one. Ooh, that's tough. The wind is not cooperating, but I'm gonna go back this way and follow Jim. That little pot bunker there is my only fairway bunker on the whole course that's in the middle of the fairway. That works. This hole took me forever. I blew it up multiple times. Could not get the look down. Eventually I settled on this. I'm still not 100% happy with how it turned out, but I was okay with it. Okay enough to publish it. Okay. No. Jim takes the lead. That was probably my toughest par 5. Alright. Let's move to the back. Number 10, 466 yard par 4. Again, that tree on the left is going to force you to take on those 3 round bunkers on the right. So if you can play a bit of a draw and land it in the left center of the fairway, that's going to be your best angle of the green, because if you're any further right, that bunker on the front right is going to be definitely in play. So this is a tough hole here, especially with this wind. It's not cooperating at all, so I'm going to have to play a draw to counteract the wind. Oh, I didn't play enough of a draw. I'm going to be in one of those bunkers. Yep, we're right in. Yeah, pretty deep bunker here. Very deep bunker. Come on. Bunker to bunker. Bunker to bunker. Ooh, buried too. No, I'm just gonna hack it out. Jim's pulling away now because I'm gonna make bogey here. This is another very tough hole. If you guys have any questions for me regarding the course or any techniques I used, let me know. Okay. My next hole is a little tiny, shortest hole in the course, but probably spent the most time on it. I like how it turned out. A little downhill par 3, 145 yards. Kind of an island green. Yeah, water basically everywhere, and then a big bunker on the right. Lots of trouble here, so you gotta be very, very precise. It's also the smallest green on the course, too. This is tough with this wind. Come on. Okay. It's a pretty straight on putt. Oh no, hidden break. These are the type of par 3s you like. Little downhill ones. I like making holes like this. Alright, that was my favorite of the par 3s, I think. Okay, 12. Dogleg left, par 4, fairly short. A large lake on the left-hand side, big rock wall at the back of the green, and 3 bunkers at the back. I'll be honest with you, this is my least favorite hole. I just didn't really like how it turned out, and couldn't really get it to how I wanted it to look, so I just kind of moved on. I still think it's okay, but if I were to go back, this would be the hole I would work on first. I don't know. The area around the green's a little bland, I think, but I think I'm being hard on myself, maybe too. Okay, 76 yards. Oh, I'm gonna get a lot of backspin. Yeah, and the green rolls towards the lake. Tried to make it realistic, like a lot of golf courses. If you're playing by a lake, the course kind of rolls. The greens kind of roll towards the lake, so kind of did the same. You notice I had red lines there, which apparently I hate, but I put them in my own course. Okay, in for par. Alright, so my 13th hole. My longest hole on the course, but I think is my easiest, par 5, even though it's the longest. This is a bit of a breather hole again. It's 581 yards, but it's got a massively wide fairway. Those bunkers there are not really in play at all. Second shot won't get you to the green. It'll get you to near where that little pot bunker is. That's kind of going to be the only thing that's going to cause you any trouble. But if you play it right and pitch on, it should be a fairly easy birdie. Yeah, I'm starting to come around on the whole red lines thing. Just as long as they're not too close to the hole, I think I'm fine with them now. Okay, so yeah, you want to play a little bit to the right. I tried to emulate a little bit. There's a par 5 on Reeve and ADX courses, Old Beaver Creek, where the green on the par 5 is kind of around the corner and down the hill a little bit, if you remember that hole. I tried to do something like that here. So that was a bit of my inspiration for this hole. So yeah, it's not an overly difficult par 5. I would like to have done a few more things with this one too. I think 12 and 13 are kind of the holes that I would want to look at again if I went back to this course. Alright, 14. I like 14. 14, 420 yard par 4. Bunkering on the right. Drivers should be okay here depending on the wind, but then it's the second shot. It's a full carry over water. Again, I played around with the logs with the retaining walls, and yeah, big bunker on the back. Okay, so yeah, I think driver's going to be okay. It's not necessary, but yeah, driver's fine. Okay. From there, it's just an easy little wedge in, although that birch tree I put there on purpose, a little bit overhanging, so might affect a few ball flights, but it shouldn't be too bad. Oh no, getting cold with the putter. Okay, there's 14. 15, another par 5, shortest par 5 on the course, but it's uphill all the way. 522 yards. There's a big bunker at the front there, but with a good wind, you can clear it. That big spruce tree there is another aiming marker because it is an uphill shot, so it's a bit of a blind tee shot. From there, second shot, you should be able to get there in 2, depending on the wind. A couple bunkers on the left. Yeah, so I got some good wind here, so I kind of aim it out to where that big tree is, and let it rip. And that cleared. So from there, it's a bit of a tricky second shot, especially with this wind. Up the hill a little bit. It's gonna be too much. Way too much. Oh well. There we go. I would say other than... Oh, go in. Other than number 9, my par 5s play fairly easy. Which was what I was intending to. I always struggle making par 5s for some reason. I always not look forward to making par 5s. I don't know why. Alright. Next hole, my last little par 3 here. Again, I kind of went wacky with the retaining walls here. Kind of an island green. I got my inspiration here a little bit from Taste and he has a hole on Kobayashi with an island green that kind of juts out like this, so kind of my inspiration there. Basically this morning I built holes 15, 16, 17, 18, and then published, so I've been basically doing it all day. Usually takes me about an hour to an hour and a half to make a hole. Okay, that works. Get there? Not quite. Alright, in for par. Alright, we're going into the home stretch. 17. Uphill par, or sorry, downhill par 4, straight away, fairly long, 460 yards. Lots of bunkering here. You can basically see the entire hole from the tee box, which is kind of on top of that rock wall we saw in 16. Yeah, kind of meant to be fairly straight on par 4. Again, this would be kind of another hole where I would have liked to maybe have spent a bit more time on, but at this point I was getting, running out of ideas. I still kept it. I still like how 18 turned out, but 17 I think I would have liked to have done a little bit better. Oh no. There's always holes when, as a designer, you play them and play them, and then you finally publish them, and you play them again. Find things that you would like to improve, and it's funny. But such is life. But I still do think this is probably the best course I've created. Bogeyed there. Ugh. Okay, 18, last hole. I like how 18 turned out. Again, this was a hole that kind of, everything was kind of there, and I just laid down fairway and rough and didn't do too much to it, so turned out pretty nicely. Yeah, so split fairway here, your second approach in, a very tricky shot over water, and then you got the clubhouse in the back. You like the greens? Yeah, the greens were honestly a last thing I did, was go around and toughen the greens up a little bit, because they were playing way too easy. Like, way too easy. So I toughened them up and replayed them all, and didn't toughen all of them up, toughened few up. But I'm glad you like them. I'm glad I went and made that change, because I think this course would have played way too easy. I think it still plays on the easy side, but not overly easy. Oh. And yeah, clubhouse was... I didn't spend a ton of time with the clubhouse, to be honest. It was, the parts that you could see, I kind of dressed up a bit, but not too much was done there, to be honest. Alright, we're in at -2. Alright. And there's my first playthrough of my new course, Lunenberg National Golf Club. Thank you guys for watching. Please go give this a play if you have the chance, and give it a rating. And if you could, go over to TGC Tours and give it a user rating as well. I would very much appreciate it. No matter what you give it. If you thought it was crap, rate it as crap. If you thought it was good, rate it as good. Just give me some ratings. Give me some feedback. I give you guys lots of feedback, so time to return the favor. Alright, thank you guys again for watching. Thanks, Jim, 10 out of 10. I appreciate that. And yeah, once I get my voice back to 100%, I'm hoping tomorrow or Monday I'll be back with a couple more reviews of your courses. Alright, thanks for watching, and yeah, go out and play my new course. See you later.